Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. So I have my son in the background here, that's why I'm twisted this way. He's watching a show and I just want to make sure that he is not in frame. So I gotta make this pretty fast. You'll hear his toys going off and everything. So the first thing I want to mention for you guys is that this is the Throwback 30 Project Pan update. Of course, that is in the title of the video. So obviously you knew that before you clicked on this video, but it is the update for Throwback 30. This was created by Jessica Lee here on YouTube and Instagram, and also Fantastic Ladies. And there are monthly updates for this one, and it runs from July 28th of 2022 to July 28th of 2023. This is my first time doing this project, and I have to say I'm really excited to take part in this because you get to try 30 different projects in one, where before I was just doing one specific project and doing all the prompts. Here you get to try a prompt from every single one. And I have been doing I brought in every single prompt from the beginning. But what you can do as well is when you roll one out, you can bring one in. I'm not doing that on this. I just want to start at the beginning and roll them out as I go, because I knew a lot of these would be very slow movers. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the progress that I have. So the first one is for Four Seasons Project Pan, and the prompt that I selected was fall. And I am doing 2 MAC lipsticks because you guys know I've been trying to really work on lipsticks. Actually, for the last couple years, I've been really trying to work on getting my lipstick collection down and getting it more geared toward lipstick shades that I really wear now. So the first one I have is Diva, and that one I only have 10 uses on. And I do want to have this one out. If I don't feel like this is a good shade for me, I'm probably not going to keep it, but I really love the shade. I just forget to wear shades like this because my eyes are always so bold. And usually when I wear shades like this, the eyes are usually neutral. So that doesn't happen very often, except for in the summer. And in the summer, I don't usually wear shades this dark. It's a whole thing, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I love it. And I just need to start wearing it more. So 10 uses on that one. My goal is to complete these, of course. The other one that I brought in for the prompt was Bronx, and I originally brought this second one in because I decided I was going to declutter Diva, and then I changed my mind. So I put in a neutral shade, which is exactly a shade that I would love, and I kind of want to repurchase this one, so I want to complete that one, and currently I have 20 uses on that one. You can tell I use that one way more than the more vampy shade. That's more so 2017, that kind of thing. And so you can probably tell how old the Diva lipstick is, but we're not going to talk about that right now. The next prompt that I have is for 50 Shades of Pink, and the prompt is pink, a pink item, sorry. I'm distracted by my kids' toy going off consistently in the background. That happens often in my house. I hear it. It's there. So 50 Shades of Pink, the prompt is pink item, and I went in with Makeup Geek's eyeshadow in Razzleberry, and this is more of a pinky red shade, and I bought this because I had never seen an eyeshadow that color. Now I have plethora of these in my collection, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to hang on to it for too much longer. I'll keep it in until the end of the project, and I'll probably end up decluttering it because it is getting old and dried out. So I currently only have 3 uses, and I was going to try to complete that. That is not going to happen, so I'm just going to keep it in for the duration of the project. The next one is for 7 Deadly Pans. My prompt is Sloth, and I selected the Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers, which I'm trying to pick up. It's under a ton of things. It looks like this. And I wanted to use the bronzer in Endless Summer, and the one that I selected was this one right here. It's really, really pretty, and I'm working very hard on a few of these. You can see there's dips in this one, pretty much anything that has the shimmery shades. Those ones are dipping faster. I feel like these ones are more hard pressed. So I'll continue on with that one. I think I'll use it a lot more in the summertime, but I love these. And honestly, I would repurchase a couple of these once I'm going to declutter this. I think I may repurchase a few Too Faced bronzers because they're beautiful. The next one is for Alice in Wonderpan. The prompt is Cheshire Cat, and that is the lippy. And for the lippy, I selected the Lancome Juicy Tubes Lip Gloss in Spring Fling. And this one, I have so far used it 20 times. And you can see I have now put it down to here. This is where it was the last update. You can see I haven't used it very much at all, but I got a few uses, so that's good. I'm trying to use quite a few different lippies right now, so I'm just sort of sharing the love between everything, but I do need to reach for this more. The next one I have is for Beauty A to Z, and the prompt I got was the letter M. So I selected the MAC blush in the shade Margin, and my goal is to put this to pan. I want to pan this. My kid is just trying to make an appearance. I want to try and hit pan on this, but I don't think that that is going to happen. So I'm going to try regardless. I have been using it quite a bit, but unfortunately not as much as I would like. So far I have 15 uses on it, but I got to keep going. I know you guys know I'm trying to pan the blush, or like complete the blush that is in my, what do you call that now? My face palette for the year. So, honey, go sit down now, okay? Thanks, buddy. So once that one's done, I will focus on other blushes much, much more. The next shade, or the next prompt, sorry, that I have is Birthstone Beauty. And the prompt is for May, which is Emerald. And I decided to bring in an eyeshadow, which is from JD Glow, and the shade is called Seaweed, and you can tell right there, like, it's beautiful, and it's got a gorgeous shift. I have used this one 4 times. I don't think I used this in the last month because I've been wearing a lot of pink and purple eyeshadows, so that one has not been used, I don't think, at all. The next one is for Budget Beauty, which is, the prompt is like drugstore, and like a drugstore makeup, something that's inexpensive. And then I decided to select a highlighter from Revolution Beauty, and it's a baked highlighter in the shade Golden Lights, and this is really, really pretty. It's kind of chalky and kind of cheap feeling, but I will be honest, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can see it there. It's really, really, really beautiful, and I was considering decluttering it, but there's no way I'm getting rid of this. You can see it's just like so glowy. I love it, and I wanted to use this 15 times. I hope you guys can see in this bottom corner, I have been working, oh my gosh, it's so glowy. I have been working really hard on this bottom corner, so you can't really see the lines on there anymore like you can up here. And so that one, you can tell I have really worked hard on. And I think in the future, I would probably bring this into maybe a project to hit pan on or something like that. But for now, I just want the 15 uses. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to put this back into my collection now because I have used it a total of 16 times. So yay. And then the next one is Child of the 80s. And the prompt I have is for Star Wars, something glittery. So I was very literal and I selected the ColourPop Star Wars palette, the Darth Vader palette. And I wanted to use every single shade in here 2 times, and I finally got that done. Of course, this lighter one I used 3 times, and shade 6, which is below it, I used 3 times, which is really strange because that is not really a Jen shade. But everything else I used 2 times. So that one will be rolling out, which is really, really great. And I just love that I'm actually touching stuff and getting to know my collection a little bit better. So 2 rollouts so far. The next is Drop 10 Before Summer. The prompt is summer themed item. And of course I went back into this one and I selected Sun Bunny, which is the one up here. And this is the one that you can probably see the most use on. There's like a substantial like little dip starting here. Substantial little, that is, no. It's a good dip going. There's a really good dip going, but more so on the deeper side of this. But it's really, really, really pretty. I think it's a gorgeous bronzer, and I would consider actually getting Sun Bunny, and I think either Milk Chocolate Soleil or Endless Summer. I'm not really sure, but these are so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm actually really enjoying this and sad that I haven't used it more in the past. So the next prompt is Food for Thought. And that one is a food themed item. And I wanted to bring in my Glamlight black, not it's red velvet, not black velvet, a red velvet cake palette, or red velvet, just red velvet palette. I can't remember exactly what this is called. I think it's red velvet, just red velvet palette, red velvet cake. I don't know. It doesn't say anywhere on here what it's called, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. This one I wanted to use 20 times of any of these shades, and currently I'm at 10 uses on, like, using 10 of these eyeshadows, whatever shades, 10 times. So I'm halfway there. It won't take me too much longer. I actually have some of these on today, and I really, really love this eyeshadow palette. If you guys don't have this, I definitely recommend that you check it out on the Glamlite site, because I think it's on for half price. It's absolutely stunning, like so gorgeous, and really easy to wear and pair with other palettes. So I definitely recommend this one. And it's a nice, like, smaller sized palette, and it's a good one to store in the Alex drawers. So I really like that one. So the next one I have is for Gotta Panama. And that one is Something You Are Determined to Finish, which is the Pokemon themed select a Pokemon thing. So I picked Ash, Something You Are Determined to Finish. So for this, I decided I wanted to pick a foundation because in the past, I haven't really finished many foundations. I've just been using them for, like, uses, prompt uses, whatever. And I decided I wanted to bring in this one. We were down here at the last update, and I have finally finished this today. Today was the last time I had any. I only actually got to finish the top part of my forehead. I had to use a different foundation on the bottom part of my face because I finished this. So that makes me so happy. So that's my third rollout this time. I am very, very, very excited about this. It just is such a huge feat for me to get. This is my second foundation out this year, and mostly because they're all, like, next to nothing left in them. So if I keep using my collection the way that I have been, I can keep, like, continuing to do this and get a bunch of them out in, like, 1 year, which will feel really, really good. And this year, of course, you guys know I'm doing a beauty rehab. So any skincare, hair care, makeup, any kind of thing like that, body care, all goes towards points for things that I can bring in the future. So I'm getting out a couple of foundations this year, which is going to be really great. And that means I may be able to pick 1 or 2 more in the future, depending on what I have in my collection and what I like. So it feels good to get a foundation out, honestly. I'm really proud of that. And it sometimes takes me a while to do that. So I feel really good and really accomplished with that one. The next prompt I have is for Harry Potter and the Pan of Fire. And I selected Bludger, which is an item that is black. And for that one, I went with a blush palette from Tarte, which is the, it doesn't have a name, the Bling It On Amazonian Clay blush palette from Tarte. Very gorgeous. I love the packaging like this. I wish they stayed with, like, the bigger 5-pan palettes like this. It doesn't have to be glittery, but, like, I really do like this. I find it very simplistic, and I just appreciate that so much. So I want to grab any of these blushes 50 times, and I am currently at 19. So that's really, really exciting. I definitely have still a few more months to get through these, but you know that these will come into another project in the future once this project ends. And right now I'm trying to finish a different Tarte blush color. I do have the other Tarte blush on my face right now, and I have a little bit of this one just topped over top of it a little bit. And I really like it. I think they have really good blushes, and I am sorry that I haven't used these more. I keep saying that about all my collection. I just keep bringing in things, and I have so much to use that so many things are being neglected that are actually really, really good. So I need to keep that in mind for future use. The next I have is, or the next project is I Heart the 90s, and the prompt is Smells Like Teen Spirit. And it's a scented product, so I went with a perfume, and I decided to select the Katy Perry Meow perfume. You guys know the deal where the cat head just wasn't sticking on, so I threw it out. I couldn't handle it anymore. I do love the pink gold, like the rose gold on the pink, like the baby pink. It's very beautiful. And the scent of this is, it's just so gorgeous. I love that really fruity, sweet scent. I love that so much. So we were up here on the last update, and this is where we are now. So I still have a little ways to go, but I have a feeling I could get this out by July the 28th. I think I'm going to do just fine with that, no problem. Especially when spring happens, I think it'll be a little bit easier. I do grab this every single time I leave the house, but I'm also using other perfumes that are in projects as well. So I need to start heavily focusing on this one because I would like to get it out sooner rather than like the last day of the project. So just know like that will be a goal of mine, to try and have that out a little earlier. But I'm proud of where I'm at with that. The next project is Let's Get Loose, and that prompt is for a loose powder product. And I decided to bring in my Sephora loose powder. It's a translucent powder, and I've actually used quite a bit of this. I'm shocked at how, you guys can see how little there is left in here. And I have been pairing this with this product right here from MAC. It says it's also a studio finish face powder. When I was sold this, they told me it was a highlighter because when you see it, you'll see it looks just like a highlighter. It's this one here, but it's actually a face finish powder. So what I do is I add them together on a Kleenex, like I pour them out together on a Kleenex, and I just put that all over my face. I haven't done that today, but that's how I've been using this, and I want to complete this. So I'm really hoping that I can get the rest of this completed by the end of the project if I remember to use it, because it would be really great to get a powder product, like a loose powder product, out of my collection this year. And this is a really, really nice one. I do enjoy that one. The next project is lip service, and the prompt is set your own goals with lip products. And so I decided to bring in the Sephora Lip Cream Liquid Lipstick in the shade number 72. And I've so far only used this one 13 times. I haven't used it, I don't think, in the last month. I absolutely love this color. It's actually quite similar to the lipstick that I'm already working on from MAC. So I'm okay if this one doesn't get completed. My goal is to actually complete this, but I don't think there's any way I'm going to do that by the end of the project because there is quite a bit of product in here. But that's okay. I'm really happy with the amount of uses so far, and I will continue to use it up for sure. I think that'll go really well in summer. So once like maybe May, June, July, like I'll probably start really banging through that one. The next project is for Mean Girls quotes, and the prompt I selected was on Wednesdays we wear pink. And for that one, I decided to select an eyeshadow. And I went with the JD Glow eyeshadow in the shade AKA, which is right here. And I do have this on my inner corner. It's really like bright baby pink. It's so cute. I do really enjoy it. There's just so much product in there. Oh my goodness. My goal is to use it 15 times. I have used it 5 times. So I most definitely need to start reaching for that one. It's just everything in here is sort of like a mishmash, and I don't tend to go in here that often, which is really unfortunate to say, but I will definitely try harder. And then I also have That's Expensive, which I really, really like that project. I think it's a really fun one. And the prompt I went with, of course, most expensive item. And I wanted to choose the Hourglass Ambient Light Edit in Sculpture. This is what the palette is called. And I want to complete this. So far, I've only used it 26 times, but I'm trying to focus on my other face palette. So this one is just sort of being forgotten a little bit. And I'm also trying to work on a MAC like foundation, so I haven't really been using these. And I'm also using the Tarte contour palette, so I'm not really contouring my face and like setting my under eye with that or anything. So I'm not reaching for this as much as I would like. I actually really wanted to have this one completed because I wanted Hourglass out of my collection, but that is no longer the case. I feel like they're doing a little bit better as a brand and being more inclusive. So I'm happy having that in my collection for now, and I don't need to rush, I don't need to rush through it just yet. The last item that I have is this is Fantasy, and the prompt is Cyclops, which is a single eyeshadow. And I believe that is not the one. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so I wanted to go with the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Glamorous, and I have not used this that much. I think I've only used it 4 times because it's a very neutral, kind of almost like, I'm going to use the word boring, but only because of compared to what I have on my eye currently. But I think this will go really well in summer. I tend to usually wear neutral nude browns in the summertime. So I have 4 uses now, but I think I'll do really well. And my goal is to hit pan. Not sure that's going to happen, but I'm happy getting any use at all. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. My kid is pulling on me right now, so I have to go. You can see his little hand making an appearance here. But I will see you guys again in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you again so much for watching. Bye, you guys.